When comparing commercial and residential real estate as investment options, the choice ultimately depends on your financial objectives, risk tolerance, and management preferences. Residential properties, including single-family homes, duplexes, and small apartment buildings, tend to be more accessible for beginner investors. The financing process is generally simpler, with conventional mortgages available at lower down payment requirements, and the properties are easier to understand since most people have lived in residential housing. Residential investments typically generate steady, if modest, returns through rental income, with the added benefit of property appreciation over time. Tenant turnover tends to be higher than in commercial real estate, but the pool of potential renters is larger, making vacancies easier to fill. Maintenance demands are usually predictable, though dealing with individual tenants can require more personal involvement unless you hire a property manager. Commercial real estate, encompassing office buildings, retail spaces, industrial warehouses, and large apartment complexes, operates on a different scale entirely. The entry costs are substantially higher, with down payments often reaching 25 to 35% of the purchase price, and financing terms are more complex, frequently involving shorter loan periods with balloon payments. However, commercial properties offer several advantages that can make them appealing to experienced investors. Lease terms are generally longer, sometimes spanning 5 to 10 years, which provides more stable, predictable income streams. Many commercial leases are structured as triple net agreements, meaning tenants cover property taxes, insurance, and maintenance costs, significantly reducing the landlord's financial responsibilities. Additionally, commercial real estate often yields higher returns, measured by capitalization rates that typically exceed those of residential properties. The downside is that vacancies can last much longer, especially during economic downturns, and finding qualified tenants requires more specialized knowledge of local market conditions. Risk factors also differ substantially between the two asset classes. Residential real estate is generally considered more resilient during economic downturns since people always need housing, regardless of market conditions. However, residential investments can be heavily influenced by local factors such as school district quality, neighborhood safety, and employment rates. Commercial real estate, on the other hand, is more sensitive to broader economic trends. A recession can lead to business closures, reducing demand for office and retail space, while shifts in consumer behavior, like the rise of e-commerce, can dramatically impact the value of retail properties. Industrial real estate, particularly warehouses and distribution centers, has seen increased demand due to online shopping, illustrating how sector-specific trends can create opportunities or risks. Another critical consideration is the level of hands-on management required. Residential rentals often involve more day-to-day oversight, especially if you own multiple units with individual tenants. Maintenance requests, lease renewals, and tenant disputes can become time-consuming unless you delegate these tasks to a property management company, which will cut into your profits. Commercial properties, while potentially more passive due to longer leases and tenant-paid expenses, require a different kind of engagement. Negotiating commercial leases, ensuring compliance with zoning laws, and maintaining properties to business standards demand specialized knowledge. Investors who lack experience in commercial real estate may find the learning curve steep, making it advisable to partner with experts or start with smaller multifamily properties as a bridge between residential and commercial investing. Tax implications further distinguish these two investment types. Residential real estate offers familiar deductions, including mortgage interest, property taxes, insurance, and depreciation over 27.5 years. The IRS also allows deductions for maintenance, repairs, and travel expenses related to property management. Commercial real estate benefits from similar deductions, but with a longer depreciation schedule, 39 years for commercial properties, which can affect cash flow. However, commercial investors may have access to more aggressive tax strategies, such as cost segregation studies that accelerate depreciation on certain building components, providing substantial short-term tax relief. Liquidity is another factor to weigh. Residential properties are generally easier to sell quickly, given the larger pool of potential buyers, including both investors and owner-occupants. Commercial properties, by contrast, require longer marketing times and attract a narrower audience of investors or businesses, making them less liquid. This can be problematic if you need to exit an investment quickly, particularly in a softening market. Ultimately, the better investment depends on your goals and resources. Residential real estate is ideal for those seeking a more accessible, manageable entry into real estate investing with steady cash flow and lower initial capital requirements. Commercial real estate appeals to investors looking for higher returns, longer lease terms, and more passive income potential, provided they have the capital and risk tolerance to weather economic cycles and extended vacancies. Many successful investors diversify across both sectors to balance stability with growth, using residential properties to build equity and commercial holdings to scale their portfolios. Whichever path you choose, thorough research, careful financial analysis, and a clear understanding of your long-term objectives will be key to making a profitable and sustainable investment.